Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today, I'm going to share my true story of how I learned English in just 5 months. This is not magic. This is not luck. It is a story of mistakes, practice, and small daily steps. Let me begin. 5 months ago, my life was very different. I could not speak English. I knew some words, but I could not make sentences. Whenever someone asked me in English, I became silent. My heart beat fast. My hands shook. I was afraid of English. I missed many opportunities. In school, I could not answer questions. In interviews, I failed because I could not explain myself. Even when I traveled, I felt lost. I wanted to change. One night, I looked into the mirror and said to myself, "Enough is enough. I will learn English. I will not stop until I succeed." The next day, I made a plan. I told myself that I don't need to be perfect. I just need to improve every day. So I created 3 simple rules. First, practice English every day for at least 2 hours. Second, think in English, not in my native language. Third, never be afraid of mistakes because mistakes are teachers. These 3 rules became my guide. The first month was the hardest. I started with simple English books for children. Why children's books? Because the words are easy, the sentences are short, and the stories are fun. I read one story every night. At first, I did not understand everything, but I did not stop. I underlined new words. I repeated sentences loudly. I listened to the audiobook while reading. Slowly, I began to understand. My vocabulary grew. I wrote new words in a notebook. Every morning, I read my notebook like a prayer. By the end of the first month, I knew around 500 new words. In the second month, I focused on listening. I watched short English videos on YouTube. Not movies, not big lectures, just small and simple videos. I listened again and again. At first, I only understood 30%, but I did not give up. I watched the same video 10 times. Each time I caught new words. I also listened to English songs. I wrote down the lyrics. I sang along. This made learning fun. Soon, I could catch the rhythm of English. I started understanding 60% of what I heard. The third month was the most important. I knew words. I understood videos. But speaking was still a mountain. I decided that I must speak every day. But who to speak with? I had no English friends. So I spoke with myself. Yes, I spoke in front of the mirror. I described my day in English. I asked myself questions and answered them. I also downloaded an app to talk with strangers in English. In the beginning, I was nervous. My grammar was broken. People laughed sometimes, but I smiled and continued. Day by day, my confidence grew. I learned that speaking is not about perfect grammar. It is about sharing your idea. By the end of the third month, I could have small conversations. In the fourth month, I changed one habit. I stopped translating from my language. I started thinking directly in English. For example, before, when I was hungry, I thought in my language first, then translated, "I am hungry." Now, I just thought directly, "I am hungry." This small change made a big difference. My brain became faster. I didn't freeze when someone spoke to me. I also kept a small diary. Every night, I wrote 5 sentences about my day in English. This improved my grammar naturally. By the fifth month, I felt ready for the real world. I joined online discussion groups. I practiced English with people from different countries. Sometimes I made mistakes. Sometimes I felt shy, but I always continued. I started watching English movies without subtitles. At first, it was difficult, but after 2 or 3 weeks, I understood the story without help. One day I realized I'm speaking, I am listening, I am reading, I am writing, I am using English. After 5 months, I was a new person. I could speak English with confidence. I could understand news, movies, and conversations. I was no longer afraid. My friends were shocked. They asked, "How did you learn so fast?" I smiled and said, "Daily practice, small steps, and no fear of mistakes." Before I end, I want to share my secret formula. Read simple books every day. Listen to short English videos again and again. Speak in front of the mirror and with people. Write a diary daily. Think in English. Never stop, even if it feels hard. If I can do it, you can too. Learning English in 5 months changed my life. It gave me confidence, opportunities, and freedom. And remember this, English is not about being perfect. English is about communication. So start today. Your 5 months begin now. And maybe one day you will share your own powerful story.